Hey guys, this is Bogdan Vaida from Romania, and I want to welcome you to this webinar that will last approximately 40 minutes. Here we're going to talk about how to create a passive income business using our ready-to-go template. Everything is step-by-step and extremely easy to follow. So, who's excited? Let me know in the chat box. Who's excited? Here we go. Susan says, I can't wait. Peter says he's ready. Oh, and Caroline says she's excited. Alright, people are still logging in, so it's important that you do not leave the room because it has limited attendance capacity, and if you leave, someone else may take your place, okay? I highly recommend to turn off or keep away from any distractions like TV, Facebook, and if you're young enough, Instagram, because the information you're about to receive is a life changer and you don't want to miss anything. We'll start in a couple of minutes. Okay, let's get started. In this webinar, we are going to show you how to go from hobby to profit using a template that will give you step-by-step instructions on how to launch your first online course over a weekend. Yes, you heard me right. You will learn how to create a passive income in 3 days without spending a dollar. You can come from work on Friday and launch your online course by Sunday night. You will learn how to make it automated once it's done, so you can earn money while watching TV, Netflix, or being on vacations, and you will also learn how to save money and time using our ready-to-go templates. Passive income in 3 days? Is this possible, you may ask? It is not only possible, it's quite easy to reproduce. What I'm telling you is this. There are a lot of ways of making money out there, but there's one specific way where you can help people express themselves and use your own skills to educate them while also earning a great deal of money at the same time. The course selling industry reached $107 billion in 2015 and it continues to grow. Analysts project it will reach $325 billion a year by 2025. Right now, there are many people making tens of thousands of dollars through these online courses. It's as easy as teaching how to bake by presenting a few slides with pictures while talking over a PowerPoint presentation like we are doing right now. And you can sell this or similar courses from $100 to $1,000 per student. Think about that when you sell to 10 students, and then think when you launch your second course selling to 50, 100 or even 1,000 students. This is a scalable business model. Take a look at all the people that search for online courses on just one site and in just one niche. And all of this is possible and easy. You don't need any prior experience or skills of any sort. Everything is virtual, so you can work from your comfort of your own home. What we'll be doing is work on what you need in order to turn any information into an edutainment course. You can take any hobby you may have or develop in the future and launch a course out of it. Secret tip: you can even launch courses while learning a new hobby, a kind of watch me learn this and learn with me type of material. Believe me, it works. So the opportunity is never ending. As long as you learn something, you can teach that something. Also, the business model is online, automated, and it also has a launch and forget option. Because once you launch the course and start getting students, some of those students will become fans and will promote that course to their friends, and they may also buy your future courses. It works just like a viral video. To make it easier for you, all the work is done using templates. That makes it impossible to fail, because every time you are at a certain step that you need to follow. If you don't know something, that step also has references and other materials, so you actually can't block yourself from succeeding, except if you block yourself mentally. We don't have students that fail because of the contents, only students that delay their launch because of life commitments. And finally, all you need is a smartphone. It's the bare minimum that works. I've seen people launch courses in a private Facebook group after their students paid via PayPal. Others have launched via weekly WhatsApp dares or even via email. There are a lot of methods, ways to launch courses, but all you need is your bare minimum is a smartphone to record yourself teaching the material. Oh, if you are a minimalist, you don't need even that. You can record voiceover slides like in this presentation. And then you need a good microphone and PowerPoint. Or just a laptop microphone, but I actually wouldn't recommend that. In short, this works for everybody. You save the time and money using ready-to-go templates. You don't need any materials, a smartphone will do. It works online, from home sweet home, no prior experience needed, and it can be done in a weekend. Now I'm gonna tell you that I think the biggest objection people have before creating a course is thinking they can't do it. Some of the reasons I hear, because I also do live presentations, are I wouldn't know where to start, I can't do it myself, I don't have a hobby that I can monetize, I don't speak English that well, I don't have any experience with computers, I'm not an expert on any topic, etc. You don't know where to start? No worries. You'll have all the materials from A to Z and all my support in every single step. You don't have a hobby? Getting a new hobby may shine light on your life, and learning while teaching helps you learn twice as fast. You don't speak English well? Do you hear me? Yeah. Am I a native? Of course not. After I've got some money from my first few launches, I've hired an English teacher to stay behind the camera and correct my accent. I still don't speak perfect English, but it's way better than in my first few courses. Even if you don't have money to do this, writing the script and sending it to a friend or a youngster that knows English will help you get rid of the obvious mistakes, enough to earn your first few $1,000s. You don't have any experience with computers? No problem, just ask a teenager for help. You'll have someone with twice the energy helping you, and you'll also help him earn some money. And finally, you're not an expert on any topic, right? Then become an expert. Read 2 or 3 books on the topic that you are most passionate about, and you will be able to create a basic course. Then read a couple more books or do some research using reliable sites on the web, and create an intermediate course, and then an advanced course. Basically, you teach while you learn. This way, you'll have people buy follow-up courses, and it's easy. Sky's the limit. The only true reason why people fail in this business is because they don't follow the templates. And that's because they choose not to follow them. Lack of motivation, other commitments, family issues. So my response is unequivocal. All you need is the inner drive to do it. And once it's done, you will have created a passive income source that will let you pay your credit card, save money, go on vacations, buy a brand new car, send your kids to college, or travel around the world to places you've never dreamed of and make a living while doing this. Yes, it's a big promise, and I'm not promising you will accomplish this from your first course, but it's an achievable promise. This is for real. Let's take a look at people that have already taken advantage of this. Mihnea, manager at Atos International, participated in my offline trainings. He was skeptical initially, but once he got into the proper mindset, he started having success. And by the way, now he has a baby. Congrats, Mihnea! Colleen, entrepreneur, consultant in business strategy and moderator at Business Days, says that my trainings improved his life and the life of his colleagues. He strongly recommends me. But why should you listen to me? In short, I have over 10,000 students taking 11 courses on only one of the platforms I have published my courses on. But there's also a longer version for those who want my little longer story. Because it wasn't that long ago when I worked as a programmer in a small city at an even smaller startup. I was working 2 jobs, constantly having to balance my very full professional life with an almost empty personal one. I was quite lazy when doing things I didn't like and quite enthusiastic about everything I loved doing. In other words, I allowed my laziness to rule. I created a system that got the hateful things done on autopilot while I spent conscious time on the things I enjoyed doing. When I started doing online trainings, I brought that systems on autopilot mentality with me, creating the situation or the conditions that allowed me to launch courses automatically without any hassle. When I told this to a friend, he jokingly asked me why I didn't teach how to teach, or even better, how to teach on autopilot. Hearing him, I realized we were onto something. Fast forward 1 year later, I was visiting 15 countries, working only from home in big bursts of creative inspiration. I was able to launch courses in as little as 3 days while booking the next flight to yet another exotic country. All of this using ready-made templates that freed my mind from the mundane, allowing me to innovate and create dynamic content through which students got actual results. My motto is I teach students how to become their own teachers, and this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to show you how you can launch your own online course in only 3 days without any know-how, even if you think you don't have the tools to do it. How do I do that? I've developed a unique system that, if followed step by step, will enable you to record, produce and deliver an online course in a maximum of 3 days without any financial investment. No bullshit. The template that I'm going to show you is exactly what me and my fellow instructors are using in delivering online courses, and it's fine-tuned to give you the minimum effective dose that you need in order to publish a professional online course. Now, many years later, I'm finally ready to share with you these secrets that allowed me to travel to over 32 countries, 33 if we are counting my next destination, South Africa, later this year. Some of you love traveling, but others may be dedicated to raising a family. Why not be with your kid while he grows up instead of spending the whole day at work exchanging time for money and barely seeing your kid? Be with your family and even create a course that teaches parents how to raise their kids while you're learning it. I'm curious, what do you want to do once you have a passive business rolling? Travel the world, raise kids, read books in parks all day? Yeah, you can answer in the chat. Jack would love to travel to Egypt. Yep, I've been there and I totally recommend you book a good guide that can tell you a lot of stories, a storyteller. You need that guide to feel the miracle of the country. For example, my guide told me about Hatshepsut's temple, that it's easy to remember the name, Hatshepsut. It's like hot chicken soup. And yeah, with that cute little story, I remember it even now, like 10 years later. Yes, Adriana, China is unique, and you have an European name. There they love Westerners. They will all want to take pictures with you. Yeah. I also love extreme sports, James. I've done some parachuting and I constantly go snowboarding, but I've just started surfing. There is a small island, Fuerteventura, that's part of the Canary Islands, where I love to go surfing, as a beginner for now. Emma, that's great! You can launch a course about cooking. Personally, I'm lacking any real cooking skills, but I'd love to taste your recipes. Alright, let's dive straight in the content. I split the content into 3 parts, and each part can be done in exactly 1 day. Let's start. Step 1. How easy is it to find a highly sellable topic? There are 2 simple ways. The first one is to look into what people want, love, or desire. Think hobbies, careers, pets, sports, or sport teams. People always seek to learn more about what interests them and what they love doing. They may want to teach their puppy new tricks or learn some new cooking recipes. A friend of mine is learning how to play the guitar right now, and think of all those weightlifters doing their routines. The second way is to look into what creates problems for people or what they hate. That's an excellent way to make a highly sellable course because you're offering them the solution to their problems. You fulfill their need. If someone wants to lose weight or is very shy and has trouble socializing, there you are providing a course for exactly that. All you have to do is pay attention to the people that surround you and think of solutions to their problems. So, in order to deliver something that's both sellable and useful to your audience, let's answer the following questions and note them down, as you may want to come back to them later. What do you love doing? Take a look to what you love doing most, something that goes beyond the hobby, something you could do all the time without getting bored because you love doing it, something you're passionate about. It may be something as simple as baking. Caroline says she loves to cook. Yeah, great, exactly, thank you. Paul says he's great at fishing and he has the pictures to prove it. Awesome. Going to the gym? Sure, why not, Andrew? Alright, next question. What do people ask help for? Providing solutions to people's needs and problems is an easy way to get to your goal. People will absolutely pay hundreds of dollars for a course that can teach them how to get rid of a specific problem they have. There's a whole niche about courses that help people improve their relationships, for example. What do your friends recommend you for? You really have to pay attention to this one because the closest people to you have already identified some skills you may not know you have. It's really easy to become an expert on something you're naturally good at, something you don't even consider a skill. For example, I am great at organizing excursions, and a lot of friends are calling me for hints regarding travel destinations and an Excel file I created that helps you remember to pack everything you need. Basically, you check the number of days, you check if it's in the winter or in the summer, and it counts the number of things you need to pack. And it also lists them. It's a smart Excel. Yes, I'm proud of myself. All right, so what are your hobbies? Why not double up on your hobby and make money from it? Basically, you'll spend more time learning and educating others about your hobby. Wouldn't you love to do that? I have templates with more questions that will help you find 10 or more skills, test them against the market, and see which is sellable and easy to create. Step 2. An easy catching title is vital for conversions. If it is not attractive, people will not even try to get to the content. In 2013, Kissmetrics, one of the best known online analytics tools, improved their conversions by 40% only by optimizing their titles. For this, just follow the 4 U's approach. The first U, useful. Usefulness is critical because it responds to the question, why should I join? It compels the student to keep reading. Never say learn or find out. Use discover or uncover or be able to. The latter is useful in your copy, not necessarily in the title. For example, create your professional CV in minutes. Discover how to draw human faces in Photoshop. Uncover the mysteries of Photoshop drawing human faces. The second U, unique. As a title, video editing sounds bad. But how does it sound? Video editing for beginners, or video editing for designers, or even better, Camtasia for designers that want to get highly paid jobs. I think this is the best, right? A unique title is critical because it helps you differentiate your course from the competitors. You can differentiate by target audience, as I have done in the examples above. For whom is your course? Who is your ideal student? Camtasia for designers, or for designers that want to get highly paid jobs. Alright, by experience required, advanced C++ and design patterns. This is like advanced. Or by subtopic, morning habits, 10 easy hacks to keep them forever. The third U, ultra specific. As a student, would you buy time management or time management for the busy student? As a student that always has problems organizing himself before exams, would you buy time management for the busy student or study hacks? Increase your marks by 2 points and still have time to play. Make it as specific as possible because your audience will be more inclined to buy a course that they identify themselves with. Talk to your audience in their language, which you find by answering their questions and by checking forums and blogs. For example, does the student say I'm busy or I'm studying hard? Got you there. And the last U, urgent. Urgency compels the audience to buy or continue reading/watching in order not to miss out. It's the first one to be left out if you've created a great title that would lose power by providing a sense of urgency. For example, timeless titles or evergreen titles. For example, are you losing sales by not applying these financial hacks? This is another kind of urgency. It's like losing money. Alright, you can also search for good titles on the internet based on your specific topic. For cooking, from the top of my head, cook like a true granny in 30 cooking recipes. For fishing, impress your friends, feed your family. The secrets fishing experts never tell you. As you probably see, I haven't checked all the U's. That's because I don't need to. You don't need to be perfect and to have a perfect title. You only need to have a good course title. Good. There are a lot of places where you can publish your online course. The easiest way is to use teachable.com. The minimalist way is to teach via email, WhatsApp, or just by posting your videos in a private Facebook group. Alternatively, udemy.com is a platform where they have quality standards that will help you create a good course and quite a lot of students that are interested in buying and competitors interested in selling. I recommend you publish on Udemy if you want to make a few bucks. They have lots of students. On Teachable if you already have a list of people interested in buying, or on Facebook if you're a minimalist and want to do it quickly. Step 4. Determine tangible outcomes for your students. People don't buy information, they buy solutions. Offer a much needed solution for a need they have and they will buy your course. Jessica from Oregon is a successful writer with over 20 novels for teens and adults. Here's what she's saying about her first few days in the online teaching business. The day my first course published on the platform, I blasted it out on my Facebook page, and by the time I went to bed, I had made $1,000. So what did I do next? Immediately, I started working on my next course, and my writer fan base was born. Now she has 23,133 students over 7 courses on writing. $60,000 in 30 days? Yes, that's possible, and Nick from Utah is an example. He taught an online course on a programming language called Swift where 8,000 students quickly enrolled. These are the people starting out, but of course there are VIPs like John Purcell who has 940,000 students in his Java course, or Rob Percival who earned 15,000 in his first months after launching a course. Phil Ebiner has over 730,000 students now after he produced 80 courses. Wondering why he did it? Because he knows where his time is better spent. If I'm telling you his courses are priced at $200, you get my meaning. Here we'll need to create an avatar of your ideal customer. in order to get to these numbers. Think of the avatar like it's a Facebook page of your ideal customer that you can read anytime you want to find something about him, how he thinks, what she feels, how they behave in certain situations, and how they answer certain questions. I'm going to give you a quick sentence now, but it's a sentence that once it's filled, it will give you a good idea about your ideal avatar. This is what your client would read in the course description. At the end of the course, you will be able to ... which means that you will ... which also means that ... Here is an example. For, let's say, the course title Camtasia for designers that want to get highly paid jobs. At the end of my course, you will be able to create amazing videos, which means that you will mesmerize your viewers instantly, which also means that you get a highly paid jobs in no time. And that actually gave me an idea for a headline. Create amazing videos that mesmerize your viewers instantly. Makes sense, right? Let's go to step 5. How to create an interactive curriculum. First, you will have to realize what your clients are interested in. Some suggestions I have. In the first lesson of your course, you need to present the curriculum and tell your students what they'll get if they follow through. Then, prove them the course works by quoting previous students, showing how easy it is, etc. 2. Check out forums, Reddit, Facebook groups, or other places where questions are asked. Especially check Q&As. Prepare your content so that it will answer the most common questions. 3. Each lesson should only teach one concept. Try to make them short and to the point. 5 to 7 minutes of content. Split bigger content in smaller pieces. 4. Teach simple stuff in the beginning and expert stuff at the end. 5. Add a lesson about common mistakes and another one about best practices. Step 6. Delivery styles. Choose between talking head, where you record yourself teaching, great for connection with the audience, screen recording, where you record the screen, great for programming, audio lectures, great for meditation, thinking, imagination, and presentations, great for showing complex visuals or bullet lists. The easiest way to do it, start with talking head, in order to create a connection, and continue with presentations to make it easier to read the material, instead of learning it or using a prompter. That's it for this day and slide. I'll answer a quick question I saw in chat before going to the next one. Claire, the biggest mistake people make at this point is thinking too much. We tend to overcomplicate things. You only have to choose 1 or 2 delivery styles and that's it. If you don't have a video camera, not even a smartphone, use PowerPoint or Keynote and the microphone. No big deal. It's your first course and your audience will tell you if this is enough. Don't think ahead. Let reality show you the way because you may not yet have the experience to presume correctly. Day 2. Earn people's trust. Students want the best teachers they can get. They are curious and want to know who their instructor is, what she does, and especially how she can help. They also need to establish a connection with their teacher and a bit of trust. Now we are going to take care of all of these needs. Step 1. We start light by designing your bio, basically your business card. A few recommendations. Use a professional image. Keep your bio short and concise. Don't just say that you are an expert. Show the reason why you are that expert. And lastly, show authority, credibility, social proof. Oh, I'll also mention some of the books you've read, what reliable websites say about you, or any kind of experience that you may have. Here's mine as a template. Bogdan Vaida burst onto the training scene in 2009 using extremely old PowerPoint presentations. Luckily, 2 years later, he switched to experiential trainings and learning by doing, methodologies that he practiced devotedly in all of his trainings. Known for his no-nonsense approach to getting results, Bogdan has been told that he helps participants get their own insanely practical insights. What does he do? He travels around the world doing experiential trainings in fields ranging from time management to personality typologies and trainer training. While doing this, he also manages his online courses that have over 10,000 students from all over the world. In 2015, he beat the record for total time spent in airports. Your bio is like your warm-up for your day of writing. You write it in the morning, always after coffee. Step 2. Create the content that people are looking for. Depending on your personality, you actually have 3 ways of doing this. Presenting on the spot, for the creative talkers out there, reading from a prompter, for the pure perfectionists, and the middleman, for a mix of both. If you're an extrovert who loves talking or you're extremely passionate about the subject and an expert in the field, you can present on the spot. Why not? If you have all the know-how and you're ready to deliver, why not? On the other hand, if you're an introvert and a perfectionist like me, you may want to write a script of what you're going to say and read it from a prompter. An easy-to-create prompter consists of a tablet and a prompting app. You can even borrow it for a day from friends. People have tablets laying around, especially the ones who have kids. So choose one, and one last thing that I also recommend is adding a meta project to your course. A big project that provides some tangible outcome for your students and which you can grade. This creates an interaction, connection, and helps with the virality of the course. For example, for a video editing course, the project could consist of them editing a video of themselves teaching in front of a camera. For a time management course, they would present their own system that takes care of their needs and their tasks during the day. For fishing, it can be a contest in which people show their results after a day of fishing using the techniques learned. Step 3, and the last step of the second day, consists of converting visitors into loyal customers with a great course presentation. You have 3 ways of doing this: shortest form, short form, and long form. Short form works great as a script for your video presentation, while long form works better for your text presentation. I'm saying this because it's pretty difficult to maintain the attention of a student in very long videos. I'll talk about the short form for now, actually the shortest form of the short form, because it's just what you need when you start out. Here are the steps. 1. Write a catchphrase or ask them a question to hook their interest. 2. Add bullet points with important benefits. 3. Write a summary of the content, list what the course covers, and show the benefits of each section. 4. Give them a one-liner consisting of what they will gain or how is it useful for them. 5. Tell them how it is taught, exercises demonstrating on video, self-paced. 6. Underline what tangible outcomes they will achieve by the end of the course. And 7. Add a call to action restating why they should join. That's it. You can check how other courses are sold, especially in your field, and extract these specific parts from those pages. Alright, let's get some questions from the audience. Edward, no, you don't need to be a writer to launch a good course. Think of it as something you would teach your friend how to do. If you go to the gym with a beginner and you've been there for at least a few months, you can teach him the basics. If you're a fisherman and you bring a friend along, again, you can teach him. When writing, a trick is to imagine talking to a friend and helping her do what you love doing. Also, one thing, just think about it. If you're a beginner in the gym, you know what fears you have, so it's easy to empathize with them. It's easy to respond to their directly to their fears. So there are advantages of not being an expert. Once you are an expert, it's harder for you to remember how it was in the beginning. So you have even advantages, even there when you start. Okay. Yes, Paul. Well, here are some tricks. Okay. 1. Check how other courses are taught, especially in your field. Watch some YouTube videos. That's how you get better at preparing content. 2. Yes, it can be done in a day. Of course, perfectionists always take more than a day here, but it's important to avoid one of the biggest mistakes people make, which is delaying the writing process. In order to trust this business, you need to launch and to see the first dollars coming in. If you delay this, you may lose your motivation and think something like that's not for me. But once you get a few money in, yeah, that's for me. Okay, so that's exactly why I'm promoting launching in 3 days. Remember, you can always add new content to your launched course. You can improve the course description, or change a picture or two, or even replace videos. Nothing is static, but you should do this after the course is ready. So you get a sense of completion, of yes, I finished it, I can launch it. Elisa, for additional content, you can add interviews with people that have big audiences and thus also establish a relationship with them. Then they can soft sell this to their audience just by mentioning that they've appeared in your course. Great, let's go to our last day now. Day 3, producing content and hitting publish to make your first bucks. Our first step is setting up an effective recording studio. Delivering high quality videos with awesome audio is not that expensive. If you follow some simple tips, you can get all the necessary equipment for under $200. Even cheaper if you own a smartphone with a good camera. And who doesn't nowadays? This is only if you want to invest a few bucks. If you don't, you have the free option. With video recording, you have two directions. Filming yourself, where you need lights, a camera, and a good microphone, and recording your voice over a presentation, like the one you are seeing right now, where you need a good microphone. So the microphone is your first purchase. That at least I recommend. A Blue Yeti mic is great for presentations and it's around $80 on Amazon. If you want to connect a mic to your phone, try the ATR 3350. A free option can be using your laptop's microphone. For the camera, well, I've started out with an iPhone 5 camera more than 10 years ago, so anything better than that works. And anything is better than that nowadays. And lastly, for the lights, as a bare minimum, you can get... you can just record outdoors. If it's not windy, your audio will be clear and the lighting perfect during the day. If not, check some studio lights on Amazon. As for software, you can use my recommended pay solution, ScreenFlow for Mac or Camtasia for Windows and for Mac. Or if you want a free alternative, try Jing. For apps for prompting, there is Voice Prompt, which has a great feature, the text follows your voice, or Teleprompt Plus. And for the slides, we have Keynote for Mac or PowerPoint for Windows. Of course, there are a lot of other things that you can add to your setup, like a backdrop, audio filters, tripods, etc, etc. But I think this minimum setup is sufficient for your first course. It's even more than sufficient. Alright. Step 2. Recording your videos. Start by recording a test video. Check the audio-video quality, if you are varying your voice, and if there are background sounds, police cars, fans, etc. Do you look good in the video? Do you need to dress in something else? Maybe to pop out of the background? After the test, record the first video and see how it looks. Is this what you want? Do you want to add more charisma? Did you know that recording a video improves your posture? Just by watching what you create and giving self-feedback. You can also send this first video to some friends for feedback. And after that, start recording all the other videos. Don't stop after the second one. Record the full course. Then jump to step 3, editing your course. And by editing, I don't mean showing off like an editing geek with various intros, jumps, screen-to-screen recording, multi-camera display. You're not a Hollywood producer. At least not in your first course. Just cut from the movie the sections you don't need and make sure your audio is great. If you're not familiar with this, you can ask your son or nephew or any teenager for help. They learn this at school just like they learn mathematics. Here are some tips for you. Focus on the audio. It's not about the video. If your voice is clear and if it has gravitas, job done. The video is secondary to that. Try watching a thriller on mute and then the same thriller without video to see which one is more impactful. Rehearse the transcript of the video, the text you're going to say. Do it once or twice before recording. It helps prevent ums and ahs and other pauses. Also get in the mood by listening to playful music or do some crazy dancing. Some alcohol may help. Okay, another tip. When you make a mistake, don't repeat the last word. Repeat the whole sentence or better, paragraph. It's easier to remove a paragraph and it looks better than removing a word. At last, for those who don't like being on video, some PowerPoint tips. Make the text bigger. Some students will watch it from their phones. Since you're not appearing on video, you can quicken the movie by 10% using an editor. It will create a dynamic experience for the listeners. Use good color contrast. Nothing is worse than a presentation that you can barely read or one that hurts your eyes. Okay team, time for the last step. Step 4, publishing time. It's Sunday evening and you've created and edited your materials. You go to your course platform, maybe Teachable, maybe your Facebook group, and upload them. Now you add some bonus materials like a list of links to other well-documented sites regarding various parts of your course. Example, for a fishing course, recommended fishing gear, together with the Amazon affiliate links, of course. Lastly, you set the price. Keep in mind if you have done a basic, intermediate, or advanced course. Later, you'll be able to estimate the price based on the market, but for now, you can use a quick rule of thumb and set the price for $50 per hour of content, since it's your first product. Another option is to launch it for free to gather some audience and then sell them an intermediate course, followed by an advanced course. Your choice, but this is it. Your course is published. Hooray! Now you have the knowledge to get into the $107 billion online course industry and take advantage of it by building a firm passive income that will give you that extra money for whatever you want to do. But if you want to make it a lot easier and also to have a personal coach that helps you follow this process step by step from A to Z, a coach that gives you ready-to-go templates that will save you a lot of time, money, and effort and increase your chances of success, then let me introduce you the Courseology program, also known as 3 days to your online course. Courseology is a unique system that, if followed step by step, it will enable you to record, produce, and deliver an online course in a maximum of 3 days without any financial investment. In the previous slides, you've seen the model and you've learned about the steps you need to take to launch your course. My brain is very structured, and when I created Courseology, I took extreme care to make the course achievable by any person that follows these steps. And to make sure of that, each step has its own template that, once filled, will let you check the box and continue down the road. There are no blocks. No hidden path. The road is clear if you follow the steps. No bullshit. This template is exactly what me and my fellow instructors are using in delivering online courses to make thousands of dollars, and it's fine-tuned to give you the minimum effective dose that you need in order to publish a professional online course. Also, in order for you to get the maximum benefit out of Courseology, the templates also have the optional steps that you can take in order to double the benefits of your work. Let me give you one example. All the transcripts that you prepare for when you plan to record the videos can be gathered into a book that, with a little editing, can be launched on Amazon. And you can even link your course from that book as a follow-up. Only this paragraph, the last thing I said with the book, can bring you additional profits and make you also an author. So imagine all these valuable hints spread through the course. The course contains videos where I talk about each step, showing you, not just telling you how it's done, and bonus materials that accompany the course so that you have everything that you need. Developing an online course is the next step in the education system, so why not ride the wave to the future? Take a look at some of my students that have already taken advantage of this. Bob says the way the course is presented is so simple even a child can create a course. Yes! Ovidiu says it's clearly explained step by step and very practical. Thank you! Lori loves my enthusiasm and that I make people confident. Thank you! Sorina says the course has great explanations and content. Justin is a fan, he went through some of the other courses too. Okay, thank you very much! Below I'm listing the curriculum of the course. It's split in 3 days, each full of chapters that take you by the hand and guide you through the process needed to launch your course. Everything has an estimated time to completion, so you'll know when to stop a brainstorming session or when to stop learning about how to deliver and just deliver. Day 1, planning the adventure of their lifetime, your student's lifetime. In chapter 1, you will identify a much needed, highly sought, easily solved topic for your course. You'll be doing this through templates, scoring cards, and fill in the blank exercises that will help you quickly pinpoint that sweet spot that you'll be passionately teaching. Chapter 2. It's all about determining tangible outcomes for your students. A 3-doc course, 3 days to your online course, is not about the instructor. It's about the student. And in this chapter, you will learn what it takes to make that student happy that he invested in your course. Enthralling your audience is done in chapter 3. There, you will prepare your curriculum on autopilot using a ready-made template. You will also choose from 3 different delivery styles after fully understanding their advantages and disadvantages. Day 2. Create highly engaging content that mesmerizes your market. The second day uses techniques drawn from computer science in order to best leverage your new knowledge. You start light, first thing in the morning, by building an inspiring bio in chapter 1. Warmed up, you continue by producing highly engaging content that mesmerizes your market using all the tools from chapter 2. And finally, the end comes with chapter 3, where you learn how to produce a powerful course presentation in order to convert visitors into loyal customers. Everything is on autopilot. You don't even have to drink your coffee. Day 3. Produce content that transforms. Day 3 is all about delivery. You start by setting a cheap but effective recording studio in chapter 1. That's if you want to invest a few bucks. If you don't, you have the free option. Then you learn how to deliver great content in chapter 2. I'm not a fan of theory, only of applied science. So after reading how to deliver, you jump straight to recording. 3, 2, 1, action. And your work is done. Chapter 3 is all about choosing the right price and publishing your magnum opus. All the chapters have optional steps that enrich your course and provide additional benefits for your students, but I only recommend taking them after launching your first online course. Also, every chapter has a warning regarding the biggest mistake people make in that particular section. You've been warned! All the content comes with practical examples, which gives you a reality anchor, a way to fully grasp what's behind the teaching. And when you follow the master template, you realize it gives you the opportunity and the push to create your own videos based on the exact theory taught. You also have everything you need to know to get to the next step. The system is project-based, which means that you will have to work on your course while you watch the 3-doc materials. That also means that you get your own course after the final video, which will get you money, followers, and fame. And it takes only 3 days. This means that you also get your own course in 3 days. And it's not all of it. I'm constantly adding bonuses based on requests from my students. 20% of the content was updated after I tested the course with my first 10 students, 5 of which have successfully launched their own content in 3 days, 2 others in 5 days. There are tens of thousands of educators all around the world, but most don't take advantage of this unique opportunity, leveraging the power of the internet to bring thousands of students into online education. In order to provide you with the maximum chance to make a lot of money, we are upping the stake with 4 additional bonuses. 1. The step-by-step template, save time and launch in 3 days. This is a step-by-step template that I used to launch 8 successful courses. All of my students use it as it's created to easily deliver an online course in only 3 days. After 3 days, you can publish and enjoy time outside while at the same time getting some passive income. 2. The secret vault. Save money and effort at creating and delivering your courses. In the secret vault, I'm adding complementary methods showing you how successful online trainers deliver their courses, what their secret technique is, their studio setup, and everything in between. After the initial launch is done, I'm also adding the case studies and success stories from fellow students who launched their course with the help of this training. 3. Integrated coaching. I will support and walk you through from A to Z. This is something I will remove for sure in the very near future. I plan on working closely with the first few students, the students that interact and that contact me for further advice and clarifications. I will help you succeed, and I'll do this by being at your disposal. Any methods, techniques, delivery advice, support, and anything else you may need, I am here for you. 4. Sell your course as a book on Amazon. Extra money with no extra work. At the end of the course, you will also get a bonus on how to leverage what you've done in order to create an instant book on Amazon, both in paperback and in digital versions. With all this content and the bonuses, what's stopping you from achieving success? I'll tell you, nothing. If you get distracted, that's on you. But if you keep your focus, and I'm going to give everything that I've got to make sure you do that, you will launch your course and become an online educator. And maybe even an author. Now, if I would sell this separately, Module 1, planning the adventure of your lifetime, that would be $245. Module 2, creating highly engaging content that mesmerizes your audience, would be around $389. Module 3, producing content that transforms, around $355, not even considering all the video editing tips I gave there. Bonus 1 is, well, the step-by-step process, that's itself $589. Bonus 2, save money and effort, that would be $299. Bonus 3, integrated coaching, it alone starts from $245. And bonus 4, selling your course as a book on Amazon, $129, or we can quadruple that if you become the next Stephen King. So the total value of everything you're going to get here would be $2,251. We do sell this for the normal price of $1,699. But if you buy now, you're gonna get it for only $447. Here's the link to do it. This is a limited time offer that won't last much and that can only be gotten via this webinar. We have only 20 spots available because of the coaching bonus. So go now and join the course. So let's dive into the most common questions people ask. 1. Will this work for me? As I stated and restated during the webinar, yes, it's going to work, and I'm going to make sure of that as long as you keep your focus and don't distract yourself with other things. Even if you work or if you need to take care of your family, if you can take 3 days off or dedicate a weekend to it, you can do it. 2. Will you assist me in this journey or leave me alone after I've paid? I am there with you, responding to any questions you may have, and the response time may vary as I also have my own traveling around the world dream, but I can guarantee daily response for the first 2 weeks after you've bought the course, enough time to launch the course basically, and weekly responses after that. Note that this is the worst case scenario. I usually respond in 24 hours. Okay, 6 spots have already been taken and 14 are still available. Join in if you want to catch the offer, and now let's move to the next common question. 3. What do I do if I don't have the skills or I don't know what topic to launch? I'll be teaching you inside the course by using clear-cut examples how to identify something that you want to teach and how to learn how to teach it even if you're a beginner. Some people create journey courses where they show their struggles learning the skill. Others teach as they learn, and others partner up with experts and facilitate the teaching. So you will find a topic and develop those skills for the launch. Of course, this may mean that the course won't be launched in a weekend, but it will be launched. Another 3 spots have been taken, 11 still available. 4. How long do I have access to the course? You know how it works in relationships. I can't promise you forever, but I can promise you 3 years and tell you that I'm planning to give you access forever. 5. What if I am unhappy with the course? For this, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Within 30 days of purchasing the course, if you're not satisfied with the product, we'll send you your money back, no questions asked. 6. Are there any extra hidden expenses? The short answer is no. You can launch your online course without making any other expenses. But once you're selling, you might want to upgrade your recording equipment, like your microphone. That would be a first purchase. Pay for professional video editing, but this should be happening only after you start making money. So, shortest answer, no. That's about it, guys. 1 more spot has been filled. We have 10 more. Here's the link to buy. I'm gonna leave this screen here for around 5 minutes, and I want to say thank you to everybody for being present in this webinar, and a warm thanks to Edward, Susan, Jack, Caroline, Claire, and Emma, and the other people that interacted with me. Thank you all, and I'll see you inside the course. Oh, and 10 spots have already been taken. Okay, give me a minute to think about this. There are quite a lot of people trying to join. Look, I've opened 10 other spots for you. I wish I could give you more, but I can't give you the same attention and support, so after these 10 spots, the link to buy will be blocked automatically. That is it. I'm going to leave this link for 5 minutes, and thank you very much for being part of the webinar. Bye!